and salutations once again, people of the internet. I am still Sippy Cup Games, and we are here with Introduce Yourself in Your Game.
Matthew Hartman, I am the creative director for Muse Games, and I'm introducing Guns of Icarus Alliance. Giant airships, giant guns working together as the most teamwork-based game ever.
Nice.
So those of you who have been with the channel for a while, both mine or Dom's, you will recognize this game at least slightly, because about a year ago we did a stream. I believe it was called Cast or Fly, was the big event that we did, where we attempted to play this, and the number one question for the evening, as I recall it, is, hey, how's Duel? Welcome. You were there for that. You participated in that, as I recall. The number one question of the evening was, can you do boarding?
No, never.
Still not. Still can't.
Yeah, no, and well, it's an intentional design decision we made at the start, because we asked ourselves, when we do ship combat, are we going to have boarding? And the answer is no, because we don't want someone to jump over to the other side and say, yeah, I solo killed the entire team. That's not a teamwork-based game. I mean, you're great at the game, and props to you, but we wanted it to be, listen, you know, my captain had to angle the ship, I had to do the shot, the engineer had to keep the engines going, we're all working to make this one ship great, not just, oh no, I just jumped over, I did it all, guys. Don't worry, you can just sit back and relax. Or worse, he jumped over, did nothing useful, and now you're down a guy, and it's like, well, I had an idiot, that was great, perfect.
So, where it's been a year, actually a little bit more than a year, as I recall. Alfnol, you might be able to correct me on that. It's been about a year, right, man? Maybe like a year and 2 months or so.
Sounds about right.
What changes have, like, I remember at that time there was like enemy planes were part of the game, and of course the larger enemy ships. This big beast was new.
Yeah, so a year is a bit of time, and there is a lot of new stuff. We actually have more stuff that we're showing off here at RomoCon that is coming out on 30th. But in that year, we now have 6 entire factions, each with 3 different types of enemies, including a huge boss like you see in the middle. So they're all fully fleshed out, and each also has a player ship. So it's 6 new ships for players to use altogether. We've added 8 new guns, 7 new game modes across 9 new maps, even more coming. The entire faction map with 6 whole factions all vying for control. We just finished up our first production level of war, which had a lot of back and forth, leaders vying for control, betraying each other. So,
wow,
a bit has changed in a year.
That is a whole lot. We were having trouble just getting like this ship to stay up. What we did decide, as I recall from the cast or fly thing, is Sippy should never drive. And I think that I was like good at being the engineer, and that was about it. I was kind of okay on guns, but Sippy should never drive. That's for damn sure. So I'm trying to I'm kind of like looking over your shoulder at this map. Is this map that he's playing right now? Is that one of the new ones?
It is. So they're currently playing on a defense match with new weather systems that we've added in. Basically, things have changed. We've added in new weather that happens over the course of the mission, or something different at the start. They're trying to defend a base, take out drills, bring the resources back.
Okay, so you mentioned addition of weather patterns. So what kind of weather? I mean, I'm assuming like just rain and snow, but
rain, snow. We have an eclipse, kind of like level night, which we just added, which looks just super fun, especially across our lava escapes. We have sandstorms. We have, we've tried to do everything from like trying to show off a dry heat to like kind of like this wet, moist, cold dampness as well. Basically, there's different levels of lighting and changes in the maps.
I actually remember there was some sandstorm stuff, and there was a pro and con to diving into the sandstorm. On the upside, you were like instantly nobody can see you, but on the downside, you were taking damage like nobody's business.
Yeah, all your guns and engines just get pelted.
So how does that translate with the other weather patterns for like stuff like rain and snow? And
well, so the big one with rain is thunderstorms, and the lightning can strike your ship and cause random fires. So getting in them is, it'll help you obscure you, but also there's just some randomness to it. go in and you got out fine, you just skid through, skated by the enemies, or maybe you took a giant lightning strike and now not only are you more illuminated, you're on fire, you're being targeted, you have to deal with all that at the same time.
Okay. Some of the, I'm trying to somewhat go a little bit off of memory and compare like what my memory is to now. I remember that there was like this big beast of like a laser, like big freaking laser gun. That was like kind of an end state weapon for it wasn't quite the boss build, but it felt like the boss build to us because we never got past it. So is that like still one of the be-all, end-all weapons? Is this giant like fire beam, or is there something?
So each of the factions has their own special weapon, and they're all there's something that players unlock from PvE, and they all do have that kind of end-all, be-all special effects. So there's the mercantile laser, which is the laser gun that you saw, and it's really hard to fight. The players have nicknamed that boss the Sun God, because it's just giant death laser. But Anglia has like lightning bolts that will bounce around. There are remote heavy mine launchers that launches swarms of mines from Yeshin. There's even a railgun we are adding on the 30th with Yarashi. So basically, charge it up and it causes a singularity, pulling ships in close together and damaging the entire ship.
Oh, that's almost unfair. So you mentioned PvE. So how's that work? Because that was not something that I recall. When we played it a year ago, it was very much like you had your crew of 4 and let's search for a match.
Yeah, so in the past year we released Alliance, which is what we're showing here at MomoCon. Happened about a month and a half ago, and that's what that PvE is in. So instead of just those 2v2, 3v3 death matches, you remember you're now fighting an AI director, setting blank ships, bosses against you kind of thing.
Okay.
So all that is happening as you try to complete missions. Behind us is happening defense, where you can be chasing convoys, wiping out bases, setting up your own ambush or blockade.
Okay. Guys, as with all of these today, if you guys have any questions, that's why I keep looking down at this, let me know in chat and I will pass those on. Otherwise, I'm going to keep asking stuff off of top of my head. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Huge fan of the style. I don't know if that's obvious at all.
Very subtle.
Fairly into the steampunk aesthetic. So I definitely appreciate the fact that it is a good-looking game with a good-looking steampunk aesthetic. But was there any particular reason, aside from steampunk, it's awesome, that you guys chose to go with the steampunk aesthetic?
For Guns of Icarus Online, when we were originally developing it, the big thing is we built the mechanics in a way first, and then the aesthetic around it. So we said, okay, we want the big gun sections, like Call of Duty or any shooter. They give you like 5 minutes, great big gun. We want that, okay? So big gun, and then we want kind of like to do things around it that's on a timer, so you feel like you're constantly moving and flowing, so you're not just sitting there as a time-based game. And then we thought, well, what about steampunk? Because you can do the kind of whacking repair thing that makes sense. You can build that into the time-based game, and big guns on an airship make a lot of sense. So we got to really enjoy that kind of vehicular combat, have a full teamwork spectrum in there. And then in Alliance, which we got to move into, is not just the classic Victorian steampunk, but also with the new factions. Like, what would it be like if you had a Roman Empire, Chinese Empire kind of combination, which became the Yeshin, or kind of like this Russian, Scandinavian, Northern Guard that is the Anglians, or even like a feudal empire, but with steampunk technology, where you have the baronies. And we got to explore what would happen with different cultures instead of just the classic ones, which are still in there and still influence everything, but we get to have more color than the normal just brown and gray steampunk.
Yeah, and that's something that I've been like on and off mentioning throughout the day. Well, I'm a big fan of bright colors. I'm also a big fan of steampunk, and some might say that those two things clash with each other, but steampunk is more than just, gauzy color brown.
Yeah.
Because the Victorian era had a whole lot of bright, in-your-face colors. So, like, what is there like specific color palettes that you're given to each different faction, like some brighter, some darker, things of that nature?
So as with the ships right behind you, the Baronies, they get these deep red colors, and purples, basically very royal, very feudal kind of thing. The Mercantile have very bright yellows, almost goldens, because they're very money-based. Talendar
But for those of you guys who, because I see Mal, you're saying that you've never played it, so you're completely unfamiliar. The short version, it's a co-op ship-on-ship battle game where everybody has a role that they fit into, that they work. Sometimes you work better in one role than another. And sorry. Sometimes your equipment hates your soul.
We're fine. We're at 82.
Okay. But ship-on-ship battles, where I started the whole thing off with the whole like, can you do the boarding thing with a purpose? Because he answered it the same way that it was been answered last year with no. Did that on purpose because it's all about the team. It's all about the cooperation. So like, Dom and I, if we wanted to play it again, we would need at least 2 other people to be able to have a team that can function halfway decent together. I'm not going to say well together because you guys have seen Dom and I work together and play games together. And I will just look at our Viscera cleanup detail and go use that as a basis for how good of a team we work as. But like it's a very role but team at the same time kind of thing, which I really think is cool. Is it still the same roles as it was a year ago, or have there been new ones added?
So it's the same roles as before. You have the pilot, engineer, and gunner. The big changes we've made is a new ultimate ability for PvE. So each class has ultimate abilities they can unlock that every 200 seconds they can do something really big and game changing. So whether it's a pilot's a super ram, a huge burst of speed and taking less impact damage, or a gunner's ability to just create a minefield out of basically thin air, or engineers repair the ship really quickly or put out all fires, they now have these things to unlock and progress through A, and B, to have a moment where they get to feel like the hero. So they're still hugely part of this team. They're still hugely, it's like, listen, we have to make this ship work together. But there's a moment where like, guys, I got this. It's going to make a huge effect while we're in some danger. And I can tell you, through the flames, we really enjoy it.
Yeah, and like that was one thing because I function best as the engineer, which a lot of people will appreciate how important your healing class is until you need your healing class and they're not there. And like being able to run around and like, fix everything really quick and then like hop on a gun if everything was fixed, I can hop on a gun for a minute and still help out. But at the same time, it's like, well, nobody cares about you until we need you really, really bad. So having something where, like a burst ability like that, where it's like, okay, well, our whole backside is on fire. I got this. Our whole backside is not on fire. Is it like that level?
Something like that. And another one for the engineer, creating a force field in midair. So from a direction saying, okay, everything in front of us and to our left, no damage. We cannot be shot from that angle. It's a very big and obvious ability. And where it's not completely overpowering, it's not like, oh, you're vulnerable. You have to aim it, angle it. You have to work with your captain. So have that team say, listen, there is a shield up. You can see the shield, but I'm gonna let you know. Do not just like flip the ship around and just get us killed.
Right. That's actually super awesome because like one of our big problems that we were facing when we were playing was the fact that like the area that we were going through was very much a fatal funnel for us, and like it occurred in phases where it's like, okay, well, we have 1 or 2 smaller airships and a bunch of planes that are coming through, and we handled those okay. And then like a medium-sized airship and a few less planes, and we handled those okay. And then here comes the sun god, and like we're getting toasted. So having like okay, well, I've been waiting to use this, so there's a shield, and now let's hopefully do more than just a pissant's worth of damage, because we would end up being able to get some damage done, but it was never enough. It was never fast enough. Are the ships self-built or are they pre-made models? So I can partially answer that. From last year, there were base models for all of the ships, and as you improved, you could improve the ships that you had used already.
Yeah, so you can customize the guns on there, and you can unlock more weapons the more you play, especially in PvE.
Yeah.
So there are basically those base models, as you said, and then you're like, okay, well, I want to take really close-range weapons, or disabling, or a kill-oriented long-range setup. And with that, you can also work with your gunners and engineers and say, hey, we're going to be in these kinds of ranges, so you should bring these ammos or these repair tools. Here's how I, want to play it, kind of thing.
Yeah, and that was one thing that, like, as we were playing for the course of our event, there was that discussion that happened because Dom was our pilot, and was like, okay, well, which one do you want to use? And like, okay, well, I would use this one because it's super fast. Okay, well, can we even use that one? Like, because there was a level cap, or we had to unlock it. Okay, we had to unlock that particular. This is what happens when your camera person runs away. But there was a certain it had to be unlocked for the specific ships. So we couldn't use all of the ships that we wanted to use, but we could use some of the ships that we wanted to use. And then it was that conversation of, okay, what weapons do we have that we can drop on this thing? And now we're also going to talk about colors because we can change some of the colors around, and we got to have that personality that we can add to our ship regardless of color.
Yeah, you can put on different figureheads, themes, color different parts of it. So and naming. I mean, that's one of the biggest parts is we want players to feel a kinship with their ship. They want that it's important and that they chose it, and that there is no other goldfish or Pyramidian or galleon quite like theirs.
Yeah. So the big topic that I have brought up to pretty much everybody that we've spoken to today has been Twitch integration. And is that at all something that you're implementing or plans on implementing or anything of that nature?
So for Guns of Icarus Alliance, no. It was never something that we developed in mind integrated in there. But we are looking at, after we're done with Alliance, after we do a couple more updates and see where it goes, what's our next plan. And Twitch integration is a big one to us because there's a lot of tools being developed right now. So as we're working on the next project, it's going to explode in a big way. We're really excited because, playing is a lot of fun, but, watching is amazingly fun as well. And the more people can interact and kind of blend those two together,
right,
the better it is for everybody.
So oh wow, that was like way far over. This is why I have an assistant. I joke. Don't tell Sipet that I said that. She might hurt me. So what kind of stuff would you be looking at for that Twitch integration?
So one of the ideas that we're gray boxing in the office is something called Distal Reality. Basically, the idea would be for people in a kind of survival horror aspect, how they all see different versions of reality. So some guy says, hey, I'm going to hide in this trash can. 3 people see him crouched down in midair. So you have that kind of comedy to kind of break up the intensity. But a big thing would be integrating the Twitch people watching with giving them control of the cameras, letting them interact with what different people see and kind of the illusion of their reality.
Okay, so that's completely separate from Gonus project.
So this is a project that's pretty far out in the future, but that we're just gray boxing, looking at, saying what this want to be, what we want to look at next.
Okay, that's actually really cool. And having there have been like a grand total of one game that I've played so far that had like a decent kind of as far as a horror game goes, a decent kind of integration, and that was Daylight. And the big thing there was that like the way that it worked was if enough people typed the same thing in chat, that would happen in game.
Yeah.
So like there was a sound that created there was a thing that created footballs around you. There was like you could type I think it was like silent enough times and a ghost would appear and attack the player. And it was very, very unpredictable. And there was like 6 different commands that you could use that would affect the game world as the player saw it. So since then, and that came out like, oh god, I want to say that came So we're gonna do this now.
Okay.
Because my arm is like exhausted. But no, that's actually really cool that you guys are like thinking forward past this, because I know that you guys have been working on this for quite a while.
Yeah, this is year 6 of development for us. We often do like game jams in the office, just take a week to say, hey, we want to work on a creative project of our own, just a small little thing. And it's definitely super important as a creative team. We're trying to make it in some ways art, like it's still a game, but I mean it's still we have artists who have to draw airships for 6 years straight. It's nice to break it up, to work on different game mechanics and different ideas, and just make sure we're not falling into this is all we know. We are only experts in steampunk airships.
Yeah, and you're actually the second person today that says the way that we relax from game development is game development.
Yeah.
With the whole idea of doing those game jams. And that's actually really cool, because like I know prior to hopping on Twitch, when I was doing YouTube stuff, a lot of times I would look at the stuff that was in those game jams and go, okay, well it's going to be a short, sweet, simple thing, but it's still somebody's like brief labor of love.
Yeah.
And it's almost always something cool. And now I'm just like, because we got another completely separate battle going on. I think it's a different map. It's definitely a different ship setup.
Oblivion Pass. It looks like they are trying to chase down a convoy, disable it, destroy it, and steal their resources.
Okay. So how many different? And we're gonna rotate through this. There we go.
This don't feel so good.
Huh?
It's okay.
So how many different like game modes have? I know you mentioned this already, and I apologize.
No worries.
How many game modes are there, and like what are the aside? Because you mentioned the PvE. I'm familiar with the PvP, and like there was the point capture in the PvP. There was a resource capture. Which was kind of similar to the point capture, but it had like other stuff that was in there as well. But the PvE is completely new to me. So what are some of the various game modes that are now available?
So some of the game modes are like defense, where you have a base and you have to keep it alive, and then there are enemy drills. And once you take out the enemy drills, it'll summon more and more guys, and you can use the resources from the drills to heal your base. And if you survive for long enough, you win. There's intercept, which is what's right behind us. There's a convoy running away from you with bodyguards. You have to wipe out that convoy before they destroy all your outposts and take those resources and basically secure the outposts with them. There's search and destroy, which is a simple random things will happen for 5 waves. You survive those waves, you complete the objectives, you win. There's assault, where there's 2 enemy outposts in a giant massive base. You have to destroy all of them without dying a certain number of times. There's blockade, which is being added on the 30th, where enemies will be trying to get to your base, and certain ones of them are VIPs with bombs. You're going to get to the base and destroy parts of your base and then wipe it out, and you have to basically set up ambushes and blockades for them. And when I list things like this off, I always feel like I'm forgetting one.
Well, hopefully if I distract you by making you focus on one, whatever else you might be missing will pop in. So you mentioned blockade, and forcing ambushes and things like that. What kind of map is that going to look like? Is that going to be like a very, very open one, or is there going to be like obvious fatal funnels?
There's going to be obvious fatal funnels for the player to control. So think of a very canyon-esque map, and we've added a deep fog layer at the bottom. So players can basically decide where they want to set up their ambushes, where they want to try to hold, when they want to be like, okay, we have to pull back from here to the second layer. And the last one I remember is a VIP map. So basically, the VIP is trying to get to certain points, deploy a bomb, and then get out. And he cannot die. But his bodyguards can die an infinite number of times. So basically, you get this different style of play for if you're the VIP or the bodyguard of, hey, I just need to throw myself in front of the bullet, or I just need to play conservative and get to every point, move as fast as I can without overextending.
So with the game modes, and I'm going to kind of take your question, Mal, and combine it with my question. With the different game modes, like each ship still 4-man ship, correct?
Correct.
So with all of the different game modes, are there max party sizes? Like for your PvP, can you have yourself like a mini armada, like me and I have a grand total of 16 friends who are all on one side.
Yeah. So in every mode, if you can play up to 4 ships, so that's 16 people. So you can play defense, just yourself and just AI on your ship, basically completely solo. Or you can say, hey, listen, I've got 16 people here. We all want to play. We all want to be on the same side, and you can do that in PvE. Say, we're going to take out the superstructure altogether, and there'll be more enemies, and they'll be tougher, all to take out. And you can even set the difficulty and say, hey, we're all the best of the game ever. We want to play on hell, or listen, we're just learning, and put us on normal and start out, get our air legs.
I have to agree, Mal. That is pretty freaking nice. So that, because like with us and like we are every week, our community we try to do a community games day, and for us, the more people that we can get involved on a game, the better it is for us, because that's obviously the more people we can get involved. So like we've been doing a lot of I'm usually the one that does the sillier games like the golf with your friends and stuff like that. Whereas Dom, he does more of the serious-ish kind of ones like Rust and what have you. I might be starting Steam Hammer. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's basically if Rust was done in a steampunk universe. But like something like this, where there is still a set limit, but it's such a large limit that would allow us to have more people, and that's still something that I would be interested in. Of course, this team having aesthetic, I already feel kind of leaning for it anyway. Now, since Armada has come out, words are hard. Is that come out as a DLC pack, or is it a full build? And what's the pricing look like there?
We worked with Steam and made something weird, which we're in a weird place for what to call it. It's really in a lot of ways a sequel, but we included PvP with it because we didn't, even after 4 years, we still want to do more with PvP, and even the new update has more maps and more guns coming in for PvP. So if you buy the Alliance, you get all the PvE content and all the PvP content. And if you just own online, you get everything new that we had just for PvP. So if you don't own anything, it's $20 for Alliance, which includes PvP, and if you own PvP, it's $5 off, and it's only $15, so you can upgrade.
Okay, so it's still, regardless, it's still fairly affordable and still very open-ended game. So, guys, I think I've hit most of my benchmarks for questions. So I'm just reaching out to you guys as I have done with all of these. If you have any additional questions that you want me to ask, let me know via chat, and I will ask. This is one game that, like, I enjoyed playing it last year. I enjoyed revisiting it with Dom. I don't think Dom enjoyed it nearly as much as I did. Probably because he was stuck as the pilot. He wanted to do other things. He wanted to be a gunner, but he was our best pilot, and I was our worst pilot ever. So, and also the fact that it forces the teamwork and the cohesion. The Steam page gives a lot of info already. Well, it's hard. It's not my fault that they're very descriptive and thorough on their Steam page. I wanted you guys to ask more questions, but okay.
That Steam page has gone through 6 iterations. Like, it has been looked over by every marketing friend we've ever had, like guys that we've just like shook hands with at a PAX. It's like, oh, I do marketing for games. We like send it off to them like, listen, we're a poor indie company. You can't just look over it and tell us. And it went through like 6 different guys. It went through our Steam manager. It went through other devs we knew. It's like, hey, you guys got to do this as well. We finally feel like it's at a point where we like it. So that's good to hear that it's very descriptive and very effective. Good, yes.
So, okay, what other dev, like, you mentioned the doing stuff like this game jam stuff. Do you guys like ever work with, like, hand in hand with any other devs on other side projects?
We haven't yet, mostly because the past couple of years, Alliance has taken all our time. So there hasn't been any time for a long-term project. So unless, another dev in New York City, which unfortunately there aren't a lot, wants to do a game jam, then we can't be like, oh yeah, let's take 6 months to do a side project or, loan this person out kind of thing.
Do you have to be the same faction to be able to play together, or would you need a new ship?
You can play with anyone of any faction. That was definitely something we wanted to do in case you and your friends have ideological or different ship choice differences where you're like, oh, I want to unlock this or that. So yeah, you can play with anyone. You both could be like attacking the same territory on either side though for the world faction map, and kind of undoing each other's work. But
so how if say I were to get a group of 4 of us together and I pick the ship, and this is the stuff that I can get loaded onto my ship, but I have these guys in other factions. Do I then have access to the weapons they've unlocked for their faction to put on my ship?
No, and big reason there is a technical limitation, because if they bounce out in the middle of the game or leave beforehand, you could, so let's say you're 5 seconds from starting, you're all set up, you talked about everything, and then that guy leaves and you lose that weapon, and then it'd be really annoying. You're like, okay, we'll have to set this back up, the system would have to remember these things and cause a bunch of issues. So, though every faction can unlock everything if you play enough, so you'll get your stuff first, so if you're mercantile, you'll get that lens array first, but it's not like anything's off the table for you.
Okay. And then, so as far as unlocks go, that is solely just you play long enough, you get the unlocks. Like, is there any? I'm the main asking this, but is there any microtransactions and crap like that?
No, everything that's gameplay based is not behind a paywall. Basically, if we build a new gun, a new ship, a new map, you don't have to pay for it. You paid your dues, you're good, you're in. The only things that you can buy are cosmetics. Most of those are also unlockable by leveling up as well or completing certain achievements. But if you want to get them early, you can do that. There are also cosmetics that you can't buy. It's like, listen, the elite pilot costume, you have to be an elite pilot.
See, and that's like, it's an unfortunate reality of the game world today is like there exists such a thing as a pay-to-win game.
Yeah.
And like having those additional things get opened up just because, well, I don't feel like playing it, so give me my money and give me my laser beam.
Yeah.
So it's not really a happy question to be asked, but it's one that I figure is worth asking.
Oh, and I mean, I think every dev should be able to, like, even the guys who make the decision to pay for power need to be able to answer that question, because they designed it into the game. You need to be able to say, well, we did it, here's why, it lets us keep, like, either our company is struggling or it lets us keep on more staff. Like, the reason we have paid cosmetics is because it lets us keep our art staff on full time, and then they get to make more cosmetics that are unlocked in game, more guns, more ships. They let us contract us out to add in another PvP gun for this thing because we had funds from that store.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And we'd love to say, everyone would love to say, listen, I made this game out of love, and every part of it's free. Like, you just turn it on, you're good to go. But I mean, that's
you guys still need to keep the lights on. We totally get that.
Oh yeah, no, but I think, and I urge every dev to be able to say, the reason we are a $30 game or a $60 game or even a $60 game with a season pass is because we want to pay these people these money, get these guys, and be able to make this kind of product. If you can't say that or give a reason, then you kind of sound a scummy and greedy.
Yeah. Can a faction ever be wiped out, as in lose all of their territory in the overall world map?
So they can lose everything but their capital. And the big thing is their season. So, and a season, there's pre-war and then there's war. During the pre-war, each faction is separate, fighting for their own stuff. And during war, alliances are formed and they have to basically fight against each other. At the end of that period, you could be like, there's only one space left for that faction in their hometown, and then at the end of the war, we'll reset it and they'll have less territory, and the world war will review that. It's like, oh yeah, during World 2, the Chaladonians were pushed to the brink, like at the edge of the walls, basically wiped off the map nearly, kind of thing. But they won't be gone forever because we put a lot of love into making the Chaladons, all their cosmetics, their weapons, and all those things. So we can't just be like, and now none of that is usable if you weren't, there at the start.
So basically, the World War will reflect that, and then everybody felt sorry for them.
Yeah.
And kind of said, go up, go.
But
you're fine. But so how long are those war seasons then?
They're about a month and a half to 2 months, depending on development cycle. We try to whenever we bring the server down for a patch is when we reset the core, so we're having our version one happen again on the 30th for the new patch. And we just had the war finish up the week beforehand. We're actually having Pirate Week now, so whichever faction attacks the most territory successfully, everyone in that faction gets an exclusive title of Pirate, which they can use whenever they want. And no one else can unlock this, so Pirate Week is how much can you attack as much as possible.
That's cool, and it's pirates, but still no boarding. Does having more territory have any advantage in actual wars?
Yes, in wars, if you start the war, you get bonuses to your battles, and you have more resources, which are going to have an effect in the war. The more territory also gives you more options and angles to attack from, though it also does make you susceptible, especially pre-war, when everyone's free-for-alling, to get attacked out. You're like, oh, every angle I'm going to get by someone because I border everybody now because we're such a large nation.
Right. So, like, the more you own, yes, the more you own, but the more, like, other people are going to want to steal from you. All right. Guys, last call because we are getting kind of close to our time for packing up and shifting to the next one. So, last call for any questions. I will give a solid minute or two for stream delay. But while we're giving that solid minute or two, last second pitch of your game and yourself.
All right. Guns and Icarus, it's just the most teamwork you're ever going to have. It's going to, getting on a ship, and it's something we did both with the design of the game and hopefully the aesthetics as well, is when you hop on a ship, you want to yell at your friends. You want to say, get on port guns, or, repair the engines, or Captain, I need more starboard, or more down, up, anything. And it's something we've seen with our players all the time, and we'd love for you to be a part of it as well, is to, get out your grog, rum, and whatever, and just have fun.
All right, and of course, you guys know I'm big into the steampunk aesthetic, so of course I gotta support it. But you guys are out of questions. I'm out of questions. This is one that I have mentioned before in our community, that if enough people get on this, I will be more than happy to run this on the regular. I don't know if we would be doing it regularly enough to control enough territory to ever get that pirate title, but we'll see. But we're gonna go ahead and cut it off here, pack up, shift it, and not yet, pack up and shift it to the next one, which is actually going to give us our longest break of the day between interviews, thanks to your thoroughly well-written Steam page. So we're a little bit thankful for that, to be completely honest. But we're going to get ourselves ready. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in about 20 minutes for the next one. Laters. Bye.